Now, breaking news from KARE 11.
Thanks for joining us. We're back on the air, interrupting programming right now because we have some breaking news to get to. The city of Minneapolis just posting on X that we are aware of reports of another shooting involving federal law enforcement in the area of 26th Street West and Nicollet Avenue. We are working to confirm additional details, they say. We ask the public to remain calm and avoid the immediate area. Now, this happened just after 9 o'clock, so about an hour ago. Where did it happen? Near the intersection of 26th Avenue and Nicollet in the Whittier neighborhood. As we told you about a half hour ago, our Joe McCoy is there now. We have a live shot set up. And Joe, what can you tell me about the scene and what we can confirm so far?
Smoke on first.
Well, Chris, it's a very chaotic scene out here, as you can imagine. I'm going to tell you what just happened. You see that smoke off in the distance? We just felt an explosion, quite frankly, happen. And a bunch of federal agents just walked down there. We cannot see what happened down there, but there's a decent amount of smoke about a block down. I don't quite frankly know what that was, but it was pretty startling here.
This is from KARE 11, which I guess is news station from Minneapolis.
And then behind them are federal agents. We have Border Patrol agents
So,
as well as ICE
gonna see
agents.
what
And then
they're
when
gonna
you flip
spin
the
this as.
camera here, this is now where the line of protesters is, and we're going to walk down here. You can see this makeshift barrier that protesters have made. They have put a car to block the road, and then they brought in all of these dumpsters from the alley to block the road so that ICE or anyone is not able to leave the scene. So I would say there's about 100 or so protesters here on this side. There are still more protesters.
Oh, they're
coming,
blocking
and then there's
ICE
also
agents again.
more
Oh,
protesters
no.
on the other street. I want to bring in our anchor, Jana Shortle. Jana has been on the scene with me since the
Love you
beginning
too,
when we
David.
heard reports of the shooting. And then Jana was hit right in the face with chemical irritant. Jana, tell people what happened to you.
Yeah, I was right here on Nicollet and 26th, behind the police line. There were maybe 5 or 6 people. They were interacting with the Border Patrol agents, chanting a lot of the chants you hear now. And I want to stress that I was behind the line and I was press credentialed. They started to push and move the line, and I started to back up, and this one officer just pushed me really hard, and I said, "Do not push me, I'm press." And then he did it again, and I fell backwards, and I said, "I'm press." And then I felt this burn in my eye. I didn't see what it was, but I can't find my glasses. Yeah, and then a bunch of people started to pick me up, and they took me to the sidewalk and started flushing it out. It took about 30 minutes. These people opened their apartment complex to help. Medics came. I mean, there's a lot of people out here that are trying to help. I know some folks hear these chants and they say everybody's bad at these protests, but it's not true. They helped me and they gave me towels and a new shirt, and then I came back out to these explosions. You were just referring to that one that we could feel with our feet. Just behind this, this is known as Eat Street. We're in the heart of Eat Street right now in Nicollet. This is a beloved place in the Twin Cities. It's home of many, 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 many immigrant restaurants. A lot of people, when they first get their start here in Minnesota, live down here. I lived at 25th and Nicollet above the coffee shop when I first came to KARE 24 years ago. So it's just a special part of the city. The explosion happened just behind Eat Street, which is, it's either Stevens or First. I sometimes get them confused. But there's kind of protesters on each side. It's like a giant city box right now, and it's just getting completely out of hand. But you know what I think about, Joe or Chris?
Administration
Brian
doesn't turn
O'Hara,
the heat
police
down,
chief,
they
said
crank
the
it
other
up,
day,
and they say,
you know, I worry for
why are these protesters doing this? It's because of them. Shit's wild. Yeah.
this explosive event to happen. I pray we're not there, but we've heard the explosions, and it's 11 below zero, and there's so many people out here, and tensions are higher than I've seen throughout this.
Jenna and I have both been at the 3 ICE-involved shootings that have happened in Minneapolis in the past 2.5 weeks. Renee Good, the one following that, and now the one today. I want your opinion on this, Jenna, but to me, the atmosphere feels a little bit different today than the other two.
Absolutely. I mean, look. I mean, there are city dumpsters all pulled from Whittier by community when it's 11 below zero to just make this kind of a face-off event. And to be honest, maybe I had to go upstairs to get my eyes flushed. I don't even know what happened here yet to precipitate what folks are even protesting. But this part of the city particularly, and when we think about the shooting of Renee Good, that's at over at 34th in Portland, 35th in Portland, and this is 24th, 25th, 26th in Whittier, East Street. These are where you find, I would say, your most progressive voices in the city. I mean, this is where this is. This is Whittier, this is Uptown, this is Southside. And I think that folks just after yesterday, they saw that, a lot of community was going to be out to protest, so this might be that explosive event. I pray it's not. But I will say that before I got sprayed, the protesters were amped, and the patrol agents, not all of them, some were really kind. Some were saying things like, we're all in this together. But there were also some that had their hands on the canisters, like the guy that was pushing me. I didn't do anything. I was behind the line, and he's shoving me and shoving me. I'm 5'0", 110 pounds.
Yeah. And you're clearly wearing your press badge.
Clearly wearing my press badge. I had my backpack, but it fell off.
Yeah, I mean,
I was behind the line.
Yeah. Chris, we have seen already multiple clashes between federal agents and with protesters. When we were at the Renee Good shooting, there was immediately a...
Dude, I've had too much coffee. I'm sweating. I'm sweating.
Things got a little bit out of hand once MPD took away those barricades and protesters started to flood the streets. But this was getting out of hand early in terms of protesters and federal agents pushing, shoving, federal agents deploying tons of chemical irritant to try to get these protesters back. Thankfully, there is a secure perimeter right now in terms of no one is trying to get past this caution tape. Again, those green vests there, those are federal agents, and then those are State Patrol officers, and then behind the State Patrol officers, those are the federal agents. So, as Jenna was mentioning, we can just hope that this isn't this sort of explosive event.
Yeah, dude, coffee
really
sweats got me.
Joe,
but I need to drink coffee right now.
Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, Joe,
I feel backed up.
First of all, thank you. Thank you for reporting.
That chicken nugget casserole is not that great. It made me backed up. That's why I gave it a 5.
It's unclear what people are protesting right now. We have not heard any.
What do you mean it's unclear?
Any fact into what has caused this protest this morning. We heard of a possible shooting, a report of a possible shooting, but we don't know what. Oh, we're cutting away from the video right there, and I was going to ask Joe if he had heard anything from people on the ground there.
What do you think they're going to say? What do you think they're going to say, dude?
Can you hear me, Joe?
Go ahead, Chris.
Okay.
We have no reason why people are protesting right now.
Have you heard from anybody on the ground as to why people are so upset at this particular incident?
What people on the ground are saying, Chris, is that there is another ICE-involved shooting. That is why people have rushed to the scene here in the Whittier neighborhood. As you mentioned, we saw the statement from the city of Minneapolis saying that there was potentially reports or of a federal agent-involved shooting. But again, people are here because they got word and they believe that there is another ICE-involved shooting. We are currently moving because there's another one of these explosions, Chris. This is the second one that has now gone off. That's a third one. Not sure if that's possibly tear gas. We're going to stay back here because I think they're deploying tear gas, and that's really not fun to be in the middle of. So we're going to stay back here. But again, there's two scenes. The scenes that we were at about a block away.
Bro, we don't know why people are protesting, but we're not going to ask anybody. We're just going to fucking stand in the back and take video of everything.
Because we are pushed back here, but it's Border Patrol agents as well as well as the State Patrol and those lime green vests. But they are deploying these tear gas canisters into the crowd to try to get the crowd to back up so they can secure a perimeter.
Okay, well, do us a favor. Stay back to where it's safe.
But that
listen
tear
to
gas
law
is coming
enforcement. And if you can, keep giving us a shot so we can monitor what's happening right now, Joe. Just stay at a safe distance. You don't have to go up to the line. We want to see what's happening right now. Are law enforcement giving you any order to disperse? Are they saying this is unlawful? Are you hearing any of the commands?
No, Chris, we are not hearing any commands yet in order to disperse or anything of that nature. And at this time, no.
Is Jana okay? Because what she reported was being behind the line, pushed twice by an agent.
Maybe she knows what's going
in
on.
the face, in which we saw her being treated.
Like, I highly don't. I don't understand that they have
Jana, Chris
news
is
reporters
if you're okay right now.
sitting with protesters, trying to get news, but they don't know why anybody's protesting.
Yeah, my eyes just a little messed up, but I can see and I can blink through it. I think, you know, Chris, you and me have done this a long time. I was just standing behind the line. I know I keep repeating myself. It's just still kind of like jarring, and I know that things have been much worse for more people, but I want people to know that I was following the rules. I didn't even have a big camera. Maybe that's why that person did what they did. Like I said, I want to stress that there were some agents that were like listening to the
I don't
and
understand.
They were talking back to protesters
Dude, just
in
comply or
a
die.
respectful way. But there were just as many, or a handful maybe, that had their fingers on these canisters, and then all of a sudden they started pushing, and nobody knew why. And then behind the tape, like push, move, 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 and I'm trying to back up. It's icy out here. I'm walking backwards again by myself. I have a press badge on, and I said, "I'm pressed. Why are you pushing me?" And he kept pushing, and then just squirted it right under my glasses in my left eye. But I'm okay. Hey!
Oh, these are tear gas canisters, Chris. We are running back from the scene.
We got another one pop off right next to him.
Yeah, Joe. You guys go get to a safe spot.
We're okay, Chris. We're okay.
Okay, good.
We're okay. We're okay.
Throwing them pretty far.
Yeah, they're just launching these things into the crowd, Chris.
All right. We are grateful.
You know, we were a safe distance back there.
Okay.
And they are launching these chemical irritant into the crowd. We're okay now, Chris. We're back. We're good.
All right. You guys take a break. Keep your IFB ready to rock because I'm going to come back to you shortly, Joe, okay?
We're here.
Take a break.
Yep, got it, Chris.
Take a break. I'm going to come back to you in a second. All right?
I'll keep
Got it.
Just take a break. Get yourself in order. I want to go to a tweet right now of Governor Walz. I am told from producers that Governor Walz just posted on X. I have not read this yet, so I'm reading it cold on the air with you. Governor Walz says,
Put him in jail. Put Walls in jail. He's terrible. He's goddamn inciting it.
with the White House after another horrific shooting by federal agents this morning. Minnesota has had it. This is sickening. The president must end this operation, pull the thousands of violent, untrained officers out of Minnesota now.
That's it. We're out of coffee.
We have not seen, okay, so this is the governor, I suppose, verifying that there is a shooting, which we have not had verified before.
This must have been before the shooting got, like,
with the White House.
fucking talked about.
We don't know how that conversation went. If we can get the governor on the phone, Governor Walz, if you want to call in right now, we'd be happy to speak to you about this emergency that is going down in the heart of Eat Street right now in South Minneapolis. Lauren Lemanchek just came, joined us at the anchor desk here. We've been on the air for a while. We had the KARE 11 Saturday morning show, and now we're at the 10:30 hour. Welcome. Here's what we know. We know that there has been a shooting, and that's just confirmed right now by Governor Walz. Mm-hmm. I have a video that I need to see. It's on my phone, just sent to me with another coworker. I have not seen the video yet. I'm going to get to it in a second. But the governor just said that there was a shooting, which is why you're seeing this large reaction, this uprising. People were moving like garbage bins and street signs and barriers into Nicollet Avenue to block ICE from leaving. So we're seeing this very quick, very sharp reaction to a shooting. 26th and Nicollet. Joe McCoy is live out there. Jana Shortle's live out there.
Is Hassan like going out into the? Because I was watching him earlier today, and he was just in his hotel room.
This live shot because
is he doing any like IRL
loud
out with protesters?
what we saw.
Similar to what I think he did
on the ground
a couple months ago or last year. I don't know when exactly. He was out there yesterday. Okay.
She claims that she was shoved once by a federal officer while behind the tape with her press badge. She claims she was shoved a second time after she asked the officer not to push her, and then she was hit with the pepper spray in the face. Her press badge was out, etc. She's washed her face off and is now back helping report. What we have just been seeing, Lauren, I know you were in transition here over the last 10 minutes, is munitions, explosions. I don't know if they're percussion or if they're tear gas, whatever, but there's explosions happening on the ground as we were talking there. Camera crews had to run back. A lot of smoke you can see in the air. But what we don't have, Lauren, is a lot of the facts as to what they're even protesting right now. We don't know what happened. We don't know who was at fault. We don't know any of this stuff. So it's very premature.
And now we have the governor confirming that there was a shooting, but I think, sadly, in Minneapolis, we have been here before.
Same as you did in
This is
LA.
now the third shooting involving a federal agent.
Why this is Minneapolis Care 11 News.
Continue to evolve.
This is far behind, dude. This is a live stream right now, and it was like 4 hours long.
In many cases,
and I
there
turned it
is
down.
sort of a rush to
like
judgment
right now,
because right now
4
our
hours,
city is a bit of a powder
46
keg.
minutes
Emotions
behind.
are running so high. And we have situations like what's happening
think,
there. I know Sammy Selena is out there.
Yeah, Sammy was at
Just
the
I want to
boat
see
show
what
over in
people
St.
are
Paul this
saying on
morning
the
doing a
scene.
feature shot. She made a beeline right over to South Minneapolis. Sammy, I understand you have a witness there. Can you tell me what you got there, Sammy?
Yeah. So T, when did you get here, T?
I got here shortly after the shooting had happened. They hadn't even gotten the police lines up yet. Which we were down by the Black Forest parking lot when I got here. The Minneapolis emergency responders were administering CPR around a person on the west side of the street across from Glamdal Donuts. ICE was starting to push back and was getting kind of aggressive with bystanders while everybody was out whistling. And then slowly working with Minneapolis Police Department and Hennepin County, they've been shoving and pushing people back to the block and then further back and getting more and more aggressive with everyone.
Okay. What did you see? Like, was it a man? Was it a woman that they were working on?
I didn't see a person. They were surrounded by first responders in their coats. I think it might have been the fire department over on 28th and Blaisdell that was responding. So they were surrounded. The ambulance didn't get there for another probably 5 minutes. It looked like it took a bit for the ambulance to get there. ICE was doing nothing. They were blocking off the street from bystanders at that point.
Okay, any response from that person that they were working on? Could you see them move or anything like that?
I've only heard from other folks that person
Probably
was
shot in the face again.
Okay.
And so it sounds like likely another killing.
Right. Like we're trying to confirm again. We're trying to make sure we don't, say anything. We're going to get that confirmed. But just from what you saw them first responders
there was
operating
no
on a.
from the person on the ground outside of the CPR.
Okay. And then what has happened since? What have you seen since you were here right afterwards?
I've seen ICE escalating again and again and again, pushing and pushing. Their numbers have expanded greatly. There were only maybe a dozen or 2 dozen when I got here, and we're well over 100 ICE agents here at this point. There was tear gas down at 26th a little while ago, or smoke. It might not have been tear gas, but there was gas out at 26th. And we've been progressively getting more and more ICE agents coming out.
I love that my TikTok just says I'm playing a game when I'm fucking not. I'm fucking not.
Outside of verbal, the Minneapolis people are this is a very peaceful.
Yeah, everything's wrong on this
no
motherfucker.
Actual violence from the protesters' end. There's been shoving and a lot of pointing of mace and bear spray.
Oh, hang on. All right, be safe, get safe. We're just gonna back up here.
They keep saying he's gonna get stream sniped by the cops. To be careful. He's plated up to, so shit's getting a little more serious.
Okay, so it looks like we're moving
Probably got
here.
like a civilian vest on.
It does look like things are escalating just a bit. Protesters are very, very angry. You can see there. We're going to be safe here. At 27th and Nicollet, I haven't seen any tear gas deployment. But back up, Mitchell. Back up. Okay, so it looks like now they're using flashbangs.
Get out of it. Sammy, get out of it.
Back up.
Sammy.
All right, more flashbangs are happening now. As you can see, I can hear you, Chris.
Thank
All right,
you.
we're wrapping up. It looks like
Back away.
It looks like, from what we've seen,
Please
we're
back
having
away.
more flashbangs. Nope. Yep. Okay. We're backing up. As you can see, we're on Nicollet and 27th. What it looks like to me is that folks were actually cutting the police tape a bit. That's as much, I guess, as unpeaceful protesters as I saw with my own eyes were people cutting that line, that police tape. And then you can see now that there's more.
I gotta edit my
things that they're
TikTok.
deploying
It's
at the
saying
moment.
crazy
It doesn't look
shit
like chemical irritant is being
from like 2
deployed
days ago.
on
That's why I
27th
hate
and
TikTok.
Nicollet at the moment. We have a protester. Oh, watch out, Mitchell! All right, I think I saw those pepper balls, so we're gonna back up now on the ground.
To a safe
All right,
place.
All right, get out of here, Mitch. Hang on.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's get out of there.
Go to a safe place, please.
You can
Right now.
see what's happening out there, how tense the situation is. Obviously, Sammy Selena, and it sounds like she's with Mitchell Yale.
Well, they're being
in the middle of
surrounded
it.
right now by munitions.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I want to just, we are getting confirmation of things bit by bit. We don't have a lot of information. County Commissioner Angela Conley tweeted, I quote, ICE murdered someone on 26th and Nicollet today. Now, we do not have confirmation officially that this person has died. Governor Walz talked about a shooting. Angela Conley, the county commissioner from that area, is saying apparently that this person may have died here. And as you can see, the scene there is getting increasingly volatile as news of this spreads and more people flock to the area, more ICE agents flock to the area. We just heard the munitions, the flashbangs. Certainly an intense situation. We know Joe McCoy has been out there all morning.
Yeah, Joe got there about 10 o'clock, maybe 9:30 this morning.
There's not
and
much I can
seen
do.
this escalate since the crime team went up. We did receive
Where's
a
Black
video
Bloc Antifa
that is
gonna
going
rise
around
up?
on social media right now. It's gaining
I don't know.
popularity. I can't even describe it yet because I can't authenticate it that it's real. It appears to be the right location. It was posted at the right time, but we need to make sure that we authenticate that it's real before I even describe what it shows. You can try and watch it for yourself at home, but we're not going to put it on the air or even talk about it until we verify that it's real.
And
that's what we're
until
interested in.
until we know that it was, shot right at that scene.
Action of what we're actions press for
Who is out on the scene has been watching this unfold. Joe, can you hear us? Are you?
Time when we were on air, we felt this is a very volatile scene. Then the here negative
Makeshift barricades. The citizens and those look like nails, are controlling traffic. This is Blaisdell and 26th in Whittier. Towards us, the protesters right in front of us. Hard situation to do with coming to this explosive.
Yeah, just tell me.
That is what forced people have set up, but then look at these like road strips. These look like nails that protesters have put on the road here.
Oh, no.
Even if someone were to drive, stop sticks, exactly, Chris. That people need to leave this direct perimeter. Not
doing.
I want to get to like
ascertain some sort of interview.
That came out earlier. He mentioned that he had spoken this morning to the president. Now we don't know details. And now we go to leaders.
Right, Senator Amy agents in Minneapolis, and I am working to get more information. I will update as soon as possible to the Trump administration and the Republicans in Congress who have stood. Also, if respecting voting.
An hour later.
That's right.
And this we're also trying back to of the so
my second little.
Here, let's go live. See what's going on.
The firearm early on, this wasn't somebody who was walking around with a gun on his hip all the time, or one gentleman said to me, I kind of thought he leaned the other way, like
getting that out there, but we were kind of backed off for a second just to kind of reset for a little bit while some of these press conferences were happening. As we're back in here now, as we look around here, I see some folks on
walk away from those. Why does that matter? Well, it matters because we're talking about what threat is actually present on the ground. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just telling you why that would matter as far as narrative goes and as far as threat goes. All I know is we can see the man with the tan khaki jacket and the jeans, not him, he's the man who was shot, walk away from the scene with a gun in his right hand, as if he is clearing a threat from the area. That is when the first shot is fired. There are gasps and cuss words you can hear from people filming, and about a second to 2 seconds later, you can hear a volley of more shots being fired. It is unclear if the guy who was shot, if his gun was ever went off. We don't know any of these things, and again, this is why the governor was talking about how important it is to get a thorough, objective, solid evidence with witnesses.
I'm just confused why any of this even happened.
DHS has maintained that he came there with the intent.
Like
from
starting
shot is fired.
Here, like
gasps and cuss words you can hear from people filming, and about a second to 2.
They're just like shoving this lady.
More shots being fired. It is unclear if the guy who was
spraying
shot,
a dude in the face and grabbing him and throwing him down.
With the carry intent to harm law enforcement with a gun. Minneapolis police say he is a legal concealed carry intent to harm law enforcement.
That guy
with a
right
gun.
there.
Minneapolis police say
Great,
he is
who
a
just
legal
ran away.
concealed carry permit holder. But during Greg Bovino from Border Patrol's news conference, he was asked twice by reporters, did this man who was killed ever brandish a gun, point it at law enforcement?
I didn't hear that part. What did he say?
Notably, Bovino did not answer that question.
Of course
he said,
not.
well, it's all part of an investigation.
Right. Their press
so
release didn't say it
he did
either.
not say, and they have not been shy about jumping to conclusions rather quickly in these scenarios. But Greg Bovino did not say that the man brandished or showed a weapon. We don't know whether he did or not. From our video, we can't see it. But the Border Patrol chief did not answer that question directly, just said it was part of an ongoing investigation.
And we want to point out some new information that we've just received, like in the last half hour. Maybe you've already heard us say this, but we do know that our investigative team has been able to dig up some information. The victim is identified as Alex Jeffrey
We do know
Preddy, a 37-year-old. That is, his parents have now confirmed that. And according to Chief O'Hara, Preddy was a lawful gun owner with a permit to carry. State records show that Preddy was issued a nursing license in 2021. We've also confirmed that he worked for some time at the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs as a nurse. A LinkedIn account details that he was a junior scientist with the U of M since at least 2012. And I believe that is the picture that we're seeing there, part of the research team in a partnership with the VA. He is titled as a study support on that. So this is the victim, Alex Preddy, a 37-year-old man, American citizen, and
that's why I went back,
citizen,
because
or
they started to
resident,
talk
I should
about
say,
this guy.
of the city of Minneapolis.
And his parents told us that he was an ICU nurse, and that was what Alex Preddy did for a living in our city. We're going to continue to look at this. More angles may come to light. We are expecting another update from the state shortly. This time we're expecting it with Drew Evans from the BCA.
Goddamn
the BCA
terrorists.
has said that they were requested by Minneapolis police.
So what's going to happen?
investigate
Domestic
the
terrorism
scene.
101.
When they got there, they were essentially blocked
getting
from
water.
investigating the scene by federal law enforcement. The FBI was taking that over. Of course, that is something that Minnesota officials are pushing back against. Governor Walz, in no uncertain terms, saying that Minnesota will do its own investigation, although what access they will have to evidence, to the agents who were involved, that remains to be seen.
Yeah, I don't know if we intend to take a break here in the near future, but it sure would be nice to regroup, reorganize, and continue with our coverage here. I would like to just say that we did start this at 9:30 this morning. We were in the middle of Care 11 Saturday, which is a happy show, right? This is a show where we offer feature segments, cocktail recipes, local chefs. We have fun. And when 9:30 came around, we suddenly cut to a video unbeknownst to us, and it was of our own anchor and reporter, Janice Shortle, screaming on the ground.
I mean, they're only going at what they can.
And it's because she got an alert on her phone that there was a shooting just down the street from where she lives. She went there, Jana went there. An agent, she claims, pushed Jana. Jana said, please don't do that. She's behind the tape.
Identified herself with the press.
She had a press badge on. Agent pushed her again, and Jana claims never touched her, the officer, and then she was sprayed right in the face.
This is the
So they
lady
cut to
that
the shot of
we saw in
Jana.
the
I
beginning.
didn't even know it was Jana at the time. It looked like Jana, but I
Right.
didn't know. And she's screaming in agony. How hard that is to see someone you think you know. That's not Jana. So that's how this whole thing started. And then these videos have slowly been coming out throughout the morning. Confirmations. From
Dude, one of their
friends,
own fucking broadcasters
and
got
highlights to
maced in
me
the
now
face.
in this story.
And
right,
they're
as
just
you
like,
look
whatever.
for sort of pillars in the story, highlights to grab onto that help frame the story for viewers, regardless of political lens, is that we have a Minnesota resident and a Minneapolis resident who's a citizen, who's a registered gun owner, who appeared to be helping. We don't know why he was down there. We don't know any of that yet. But he was not running at law enforcement, pointing a gun at law enforcement, or like aggressively pursuing law enforcement. He was directing traffic in that area, which is Eat Street, known as Eat Street. And that video shows an agent shoves a woman and he gets involved. He tries to defend her. The agent then starts shoving this man. And we just need to let the evidence keep coming out before we
Let's
rush
see.
to judgment.
Let's see
Now's not a time
what's
for
on Twitter
political
right now.
evidence, right?
But certainly that is what we get in situations like this.
We get
And we've had
bombarded
every
with it.
politician.
Have you been on Twitter recently, David? Yeah, this friggin'. Oh, people are hilarious, bro. Bootlicking, bro. Bootlicking. That's literally not what happened, but everybody wants to. This is gonna be a Renee Good situation again, where you have, like, how far is this gonna go to where the people on the right who defend this shit finally go, okay, we fucked up. Or, okay, they fucked up. There's a guy in the way. This guy in the gray is who I'm watching. Now I'm lost in the sauce. There's the gun. Now the only thing is, did he pull this gun out of the guy's holster, or did he pull it out of his hands? That's the only thing that I don't know if I'll ever see. There's a lot of different, like, you can't see what's going on in this pit of people. I obviously don't want to show the shooting on stream, even though it's like all over Twitter.
I need scissors. I need someone.
Where's the gun?
I need scissors. I need someone to cut this shit.
Yeah, where's the gun at, dude? Yeah, that guy gets his gun away and then they shoot him. Most likely he pulled it out of his holster, but yeah, that is a big question. Like, people who are automatically assuming this guy pulled it out of the holster is crazy to me, because you can't see anything. But that, from what we've seen, that's what I'm assuming happened, is they grabbed it and then they shot him. Since they claim driving a car away from an ICE agent was a justified reason for killing Renee Good, I suspect the right will now defend the state-sanctioned execution on the post-HOC justification that the victim was a gun owner in a country where approximately 80 million have a firearm. That is totally true. If this was actually the victim's gun, you can see one of the agents disarming him before he's shot. Like, where'd he grab it, though? Like, that's, look, like, if this guy is concealed carrying at his 3 o'clock, that's going to be in his holster that is 3 o'clock. Like, some people, that's a pretty big gun, so I would see it being side carried for conceal. Like, I don't like side carrying because I think it, like, protrudes too much. People can see it. But he got it. This fucking snowboard looking motherfucker. But you can't really tell what's going on. And suddenly the left supports see like shit like that. Update, I said fully seized the victim's gun before executing him. See, that part is true. That part is true, because now they fire. That second gunshot.
An individual.
Let's hear what this fucking
During
piece
this
of shit has to
operation,
say.
an individual approached U.S. Border Patrol agents with a 9mm semi-automatic.
He approached them with a gun.
The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but he violently resisted. Fearing for his life and the lives and safety of fellow officers, a Border Patrol agent fired defensive shots. Medics on the scene immediately delivered medical aid to the subject, but the subject was pronounced dead at the scene. The suspect also had 2 loaded magazines and no accessible ID. This looks like a situation where an individual wanted to do maximum damage and massacre law enforcement.
Oh my god, dude. Massive damage. You gotta be fucking kidding me. So weird looking finger. That would hurt. It's just why going on X just pisses me off. I mean, he did have 2 mags, one in the gun. In Minneapolis, an armed libtard drew his firearm during a violent confrontation with federal agents. So they gave him a dirt nap. Whether his life had value is debatable, but now people are very upset. Like, who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck are you? I shot first, gold color on his arm, his gun for zoom in. On X, alt-right influencer attempts to make money off of a guy's death, like the piece of shit bootlicker he is, confronting for filming disarmed and then executed.
Yeah, I don't know your windows. No, you're just right inside. Let's go around. Fuck off! Pieces of shit.
Just sitting there slamming on his horn. Like, some people are just retarded, man.
approached U.S. Border Patrol agents.
Party told you to
with a
reject evidence
9mm
of your eyes and ears. It was
semi-automatic
their final most
handgun.
essential command.
The agents attempted to disarm the individual, but
Is he?
he violently resisted.
You're gonna be sweating. You'll become a tundra man soon, bro. I'm not gonna be sweating. Trust. I mean, I might be sweating.